Welcome back. This is Monty once again from DPL Surveillance Equipment. We're a full-service surveillance and security equipment company. We have lifetime guarantees and warranties on all the products. We have 24/7, 365 tech, sales, and customer support. We have perhaps the largest inventory of items that not only can you buy, but you can rent or lay away as well. We have the largest multimedia library consisting of videos and podcasts and blogs and articles and all that. These are some of the things that distinguish us from the competition. As you can tell, I'm doing my 5-mile walk out here, and it's a very nice day, nice, bright and shiny. It seems like it's 80, 85 degrees, but definitely a good day to get some vitamin D, get the blood circulating, get the oxygen flowing, and generally just get some good exercise in, and relax and get the stress, get rid of stress. That's basically what's happening. Now this particular session is all about something called Schnorr signatures, SCHNOOR. I think it's in the title, Schnorr signatures. Schnorr is basically going to be the next major upgrade for Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin has had the last major upgrade for Bitcoin was SegWit. SegWit was an implementation or an upgrade that allowed Bitcoin to not only get a size increase in terms of the block size, but in addition to that, it serves as a platform to build to build other exciting innovations on top of it. So SegWit again allow Bitcoiners to save money, execute those transactions quicker, and help lay the foundation for further improvements. So it's almost like a future-proof implementation, or an implementation that's going to allow the future proofing of Bitcoin. So when you lay down a foundation like SegWit, for instance, then that opens the door for a lot of different new innovative ideas. So that's basically what we got with SegWit. Now we have Schnorr signatures. That's going to resolve a lot of the issues and concerns around scaling. Scaling has been a major concern for a lot of people in the space, and a lot of people in the crypto space were wondering about how is Bitcoin going to scale? How is Wall Street's major institutions, how are the major banks, how are the massive trading houses going to be able to take advantage of Bitcoin and the blockchain, particularly as far as processing the humongous number of transactions that go on there. I'm just looking at my watch to make sure that we record probably no more than 15 or 20 minutes. Looks like I've got about 5 or 10 minutes to go. So anyway, Schnorr signatures is also going to mask multi-signature transactions. When you have multi-signature transactions, you guys, basically what that means is instead of just having one person sign off on a transaction and unlock the transaction and execute it and all that, now it's going to require, multi-signature transactions require, more than one person, 5 people, 10 people, 15 people. So if you want to add more security to your Bitcoin transactions, for instance, before one person can do anything with the Bitcoins, you need to have 5 people, 10 people, 15 people sign off on a transaction, and that's where we get the term multi-signature. And then that way it's unlocked, and then you can send the money. You can send the $100,000 transaction, the $1 million transaction, or the $1 billion transaction, because now you have the confidence of knowing that you got a lot of people who are signing off on it, and this is obviously more and more security as compared to less security when you have multi-signature transactions. So what does this have to do with Schnorr? Schnorr is going to prevent one of the problems associated with sending multi-signature transactions over the blockchain. When you send a multi-signature transaction over the blockchain, what happens is that transaction can be identified as a multi-signature transaction. So law enforcement, government agencies, taxing authorities, they can see that this humongous transaction looks like a multi-signature transaction, and it's probably something that serves as a smoking gun as far as the IRS or law enforcement or whoever to take a further look at. So Schnorr disguises that transaction, makes it look like a regular single transaction, indistinguishable from normal transactions. So you can't distinguish the difference between a single transaction or a multi-signature transaction when you use Schnorr signatures. Schnorr signatures also will allow us to not only scale, but privacy. A lot of people have been complaining Bitcoin is not private. Government agencies, law enforcement agencies have been putting people in jail, particularly some of the bad guys, for doing nefarious things with Bitcoin. And the government agencies and law enforcement people claim that Bitcoin is this anonymous thing, but they keep catching them because Bitcoin is pseudo-anonymous. It's a big difference. So when you have pseudo-anonymity, that basically means you're not really private. So for those people who want privacy in Bitcoin, because when Bitcoin first came out, people thought it was private, but it really wasn't. But now with Schnorr signatures, when we implement that protocol, I don't know if it's going to be a second layer solution or a primary base layer change. That'll come out eventually. But anyway, I think it's going to be a base layer, it sounds like anyway. But even if it's a second layer application on top of Bitcoin, we're going to have privacy, we're going to have scalability, we're going to have more efficiency because more transactions will be squeezed into a smaller space, and we'll be able to also, as with SegWit, you'll be able to innovate further, put more things on top of Schnorr, and thus bring more innovation, more creativity to Bitcoin overall, because Schnorr will allow that platform Schnorr signatures as a platform will be able to allow the coders and developers to come up with neat ideas and run them more efficiently because of the way Schnorr signatures work on Bitcoin. So anyway, we're going to see further innovation with Schnorr signatures, just like SegWit was a platform for further innovation and more creativity and more imagination to be implemented. Same thing with Schnorr. So it looks like this is positive news going forward, and it's not a done deal. So we don't want to get our hopes up too high. The community has to hash it out. We need consensus. Hopefully the community won't be too divided and won't break off and splinter or anything like that. If we're lucky, we'll get a whole lot of debate, a whole lot of discussion, and eventually we'll come to some sort of conclusion or resolution and agree that we can go forward with Schnorr signatures, providing that it's well tested and it's been hashed out and it's been looked at from everyone in the community, left, right, up, and down, and then we all agree and hopefully implement it. So we're going to sign off, and you guys take care, and it's a pleasure doing another video, okay?